Well, this is about thinking outside the box and why it really is okay to do that and why you should do it. Because people's opinions change. And I wanted to show you this electronic acupressure pen that I use that 30 years ago, something like this would not have been acceptable at all, maybe. Now it is, and I can maybe talk to my neighbors about it. But just for example, something like acupuncture that wasn't practiced here in the 30s, 40s, 50s, hardly ever, and wasn't accepted as medical treatment because, your insurance certainly wasn't going to pay for it. So that was a no-no. But then it was also looked at as, I guess, almost in a way, as sort of a heathen practice, certainly not a Christian practice that people did. And it was just viewed with suspicion and everything else. Well, as time went on and things changed, and I think it was back in the 70s, there was a news reporter that was in China. He got really bad appendicitis or something like that. You'd have to Google it to find out. But anyway, he had to have an emergency operation. And what was available right then for the anesthetic was acupuncture. So they did acupuncture on him and did the operation, and it made the news and everything, and that kind of started stuff for it to be acceptable. But many years later, and coming up to now, it is acceptable. And so that's a good thing for us that want to try different things, that we at least can mention it to our neighbors that we do that. So actually, probably about 85% of seniors now at least would consider it. And most of them even actually have been to acupuncture doctors, and I know I have. So anyway, that's the thing that I wanted to say on that subject. But mainly what I wanted to say was about being yourself, because through the years I haven't a lot of times spoken up or said very much because I wanted to be accepted by society, accepted as my neighbors were, as everybody else was, and I sort of became, in a way, like a little robot, and I don't think that was very good for me to do. I don't think it's good for anybody to do, but you're never too late. You're never too old, too late, or too anything to start something new that is a mentally healthy, spiritually healthy practice, and that is just being honest, being yourself. And it's all right to think outside the box, and it's all right to be different. And you don't have to be accepted by everybody. And if you go by that, I think you're going to live longer. I think you're going to think younger. I think you're going to be happier. You have more respect for yourself. And just, you will be a whole person, a whole individual. And that's what we really need to do. And so I just wanted to say that, to put it out there. You're never too old to start what you should have maybe done years ago. If you want to start thinking outside the box, if you want to be more of an outspoken individual, you can do that. You don't have to put anybody down or be against anything at all. But you can just be yourself and tell people, I want you to allow me to be myself, to be a human being. And I'll tell you something my dad told me when I was a little kid. And I really appreciate it so very much. And it's kind of amazing that he was thinking so openly like that. But I guess from his past experience, he knew it was the best. But he said, I want you to always speak the truth with me. Speak the truth. And you will always be right. You will always be right. You will never be in trouble with me if you speak the truth. Now, I didn't understand that because I thought, well, what if I do something really dumb or just really, really stupid? How's that going to go over? But I believed him. And so years later, I had a wreck in my car. Well, it was his car. Now, my dad, of course, he knew I didn't hardly step out of line or anything, so he didn't think I was ever going to do anything really bad. But he was just talking about stupid mistakes that you do, like He would say, what in the world were you thinking, right? Well, anyway, I had a wreck in my daddy's car because I was daydreaming about a boyfriend. And I ran a stop sign and ran into this lady's car, and it didn't hurt her, but it hurt her car. And she was a friend of my boyfriend's mother. That's how that went. So anyhow, I had to call Daddy. And he did not fuss at me. He says, where are you? And I told him where I was, and he came and got me. I was real shook up because I was all upset of what I did. Anyway, of course I was grounded, but here's the thing. What he says, now you know you have to be grounded. I said, yeah, I know. So, but he wasn't fussing at me. He just told me this is what you have to be and how you have to do. So anyway, the thing is, telling the truth was something that sat with me because of him. So all my life I told him the truth. And then with other people, like society, everything around me, it's not that I lied to them, but I just didn't say what I was really thinking or what I was really feeling. I wasn't being my honest self. And I feel like that was wrong. I just do. And so that's why I'm saying to you and to myself in the past, be yourself, be honest with people, even if they're not going to like you, even if they're going to walk off from you and not talk to you. Be yourself. Okay? So that's just my little thing. I just wanted to say that. And that's all. I don't think anybody's going to listen to this or see it or anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is I said it. And you can speak your mind too if you want to. And it feels real good in your heart when you do it. Okay? I'm going to stop talking now. Bye.